If you'd told us only a few years ago that NFTs and gaming would somehow merge in the future, we would have politely recommended a therapist. But despite how unlikely it sounded before, Web3 gaming is on the rise, and none of us can stop it. Times are changing, and in this video, we'll be catching you up to speed with a bunch of major players entering this hyper-monetized gaming landscape. Let's get right into it. First and foremost, Epic Games has just put up an NFT-driven title on their store. Blankos Block Party just became the first ever Web3 game listed on the Epic Games marketplace. Mythical Games and Third Kind Games collaborated on the game's development, though Mythic did most of the heavy lifting. Third Kind is more like that kid on your group project that barely contributes anything but tries to take full credit at the end. Although it was unclear if it would be the first game of its sort to hit the market, the studios announced their plans to bring the free-to-play title to the Epic Games store this year in June. Grit, a Western-themed shooter by Gala Games, was supposed to be the first Web3 game for the system, but hasn't yet been released. After launching into open beta in December 2020, Mythical Games' title was made accessible only on its websites. Blankos has over 1 million users as of June of this year, according to the business. Less than a year has passed since Mythical Games secured $150 million in a Series C fundraising round at a $1.25 billion valuation, according to a recent press release by Epic Games. The game is still in early access. The final version will be available on September 28th with new visual and navigation improvements. Also, Blankos might be the first NFT title to enter the Epic Games store, but there are still a few more games that are currently in development and will soon be available, including Grit and Superior. Coming up, let's talk about the game itself. Blankos Block Party, inspired by designer/vinyl toy culture, allows users to communicate and play in a dynamic online environment. NFTs are used in the game to represent unique products, such as avatar styles and accessories that can be acquired and sold through the in-game marketplace. Burberry, Atari, and musician deadmau5 are just a few of the brand and artist partners the game has enlisted since its release for limited edition releases. The game, however, does not require you to own NFTs to play it. In case you haven't caught up yet, an NFT is a blockchain token that symbolizes ownership of an object, such as characters, weapons, or virtual land in video games. It's like a digital certificate. The concept of the game isn't exactly groundbreaking. You could hop onto Roblox and do pretty much everything there instead. BBP is relying heavily on its digital economy and decentralized exchange of assets that amount to real-world capital. Well, at least it's less sketchy than gambling on CSGO, right? Following up, let's learn more about EOCO. It's worth noting that unlike NFT games, Blankos Block Party does not require players to link an external wallet, play, sell, or purchase NFTs, as the game enables users to do so internally. However, it does support Uphold accounts. But how does it do that? Built on a private, permissioned blockchain based on the EOCO infrastructure, Blankos Block Party employs the Proof of Authority consensus methodology, which is more sustainable and favorable to the environment than the Proof of Work approach. This is what makes mining unnecessary if you want to mint NFTs and integrate the marketplace using their platform. What's more, why is Epic Games pushing these NFT games anyway? They have a different strategy for Web3 gaming than their main competition, Valve's Steam marketplace. Valve said last autumn that developers would be restricted from publishing games on Steam that incorporated NFTs or cryptocurrencies in any form. In response, Epic Games founder and CEO Tim Sweeney stated, while the company did not intend to employ NFTs or Web3 technology, it would enable other developers to do so as long as they followed relevant laws and marketplace standards. Lastly, does this mean that gaming in the metaverse has a major backer now? Epic Games is one of the few video game firms that has expressed optimism about the metaverse and NFT games. Back in April of last year, they announced a $2 billion program to develop a metaverse. They stated at the time that funds from Sony and Kirkby would allow it to build new experiences based on its most popular game, making it a new challenger to Decentraland and the Sandbox. Of course, the firm supports Tim Sweeney, who even reacted strongly in late July 2022 to some users' requests to remove all NFT titles from the game store after Minecraft issued a statement stating that they did not want to engage with this technology at all. According to Sweeney, developers should be allowed to choose how to create their game, and you should be free to choose whether or not to play them. He feels that stores and OS developers should avoid interfering by imposing their beliefs on others. We definitely won't. Is this a solid argument? Maybe, but Sweeney here is more or less parroting the views of his libertarian accelerationist friends at Silicon Valley. Games have had a money problem for a very long time now. We all remember how users reacted to microtransactions when they first started getting normalized. But Sweeney's statement is not directed at these users by any means. He's talking to people like him, people that want to make as much money as they can from people as fast as they can. This isn't an anti-crypto stance either. We're just annoyed by how easily the movement went from destabilizing global economies and wealth-hoarding billionaires to becoming exactly what it sought to criticize. Now, moving on to other news. To start with, according to Ubisoft, NFTs were never a big deal for them. If you've been keeping up with Ubisoft's involvement in the NFT market over the last year, you are surely aware that the absurd release of Quartz NFTs in Ghost Recon Breakpoint was stopped in April after just a few months. However, Ubisoft stated at the time that gamers should stay tuned for additional updates with platform features and potential drops to be tied with other titles. However, Ubisoft appears to have gotten less excited about its future NFT ambitions in the months since. During a recent group Q&A after a press event at Ubisoft's Paris headquarters, CEO Yves Guillemot attempted to clarify that the company is still in its research phase when it comes to NFTs, where they're trying to figure out if they answer the player's needs. The part about answering the player's needs is particularly interesting. In the months following Ubisoft's giveaway of thousands of game-usable NFTs, an Ars analysis discovered just 96 successful second-hand sales for such in-game products on Object and Rarible, with values ranging in just tens of dollars. Third-party transfers were touted as one of the key use cases for NFTs in the first place, so the lack of sales demonstrates how little players were interested in Breakpoint's NFT implementation in the first place. Up next, Square Enix is collaborating with Oasis POS Network to pursue its NFT gaming goals. Square Enix, a leading name in gaming, has announced its participation in the Oasis blockchain platform as a node validator. The relationship sheds light on their upcoming NFT gaming initiative. The move by the Japanese game developer has drawn criticism from the gaming industry. Users rushed to Reddit and Twitter to snark at the gaming giant's action. The decision was, nevertheless, backed by several people. NFTs, according to the advocates, could give players a better gaming experience, making this initiative the next stage for the gaming industry. One user claims that people are upset with their decisions to sell most of their Western studios, invest in cryptocurrency, and lose their mark at being a company that prioritized making fun games. As the 21st node validator for Oasis POS Network, Square Enix fills the last slot. The team's next step is to develop brand new NFT gaming products using POS blockchains that are proof-of-work compliant. As a result, AAA titles may end up getting modified to integrate them better. In addition to this alliance, Square Enix has also partnered with Sega, Double Jump, Ubisoft, and Bandai Namco. Last but not least, Apeiron joins the battle. Apeiron, the first blockchain-based play-and-earn adventure god game, has announced the long-awaited launch of its NFT marketplace to expand its business and capitalize on its users' loyalty. The action is being hailed as a critical turning point for the project, since it will make account holders eligible for the upcoming Solar Fragment Battle Demo Pass. Apeiron is part of a new breed of token-driven play-and-earn NFT titles in which players pilot giant elemental avatars into battle through a real-time card-based combat engine. The soon-to-be-released marketplace also enables a tri-token model, which combines alliance, governance, and play-to-earn tokens to provide a dynamic economy that simulates the real world. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think this was the right move for Epic Games? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.